360. Oh, bro, it's going viral. It's like, cause I'm not even what?
If you divide that by what an average savings of what, $400 or $500, that's a lot of people already.
How many people? I'm gonna ask the Melkis to generate how many people have used it.
Right, like hundreds of people. It's hundreds of people at this point.
Easily hundreds, might even be thousands.
I was gonna say if the average is 400 in savings, that would easily put us between 900 to 1,200 people.
That's awesome, guys. People are engaging with the tool, and then they're starting to share. By the way, shout out to AK for adding the share widget. People are literally using it and saying, "Wow, I didn't know I could save so much on credit."
There goes that shareability that we were trying to crack.
Yep.
Good job.
Nice work, guys. Moving over to email marketing, AK, I uploaded all the emails, but for the life of me, I didn't know how to tweak the timing between each of the triggers. So we have over 100 million car crashes in our database going back 15 years, operationalized across 27 states. A typical carrier underwrites off of 40,000 crashes in the state of Texas in the year. We collect 50,000 crashes in the state of Texas per month. And that's just the state of Texas alone. Geospatially map these crashes so we know where they occur. We attach them to a particular road segment. We're able to determine time of day, lane, what was the particular traffic volume at the particular time of the incident, and was it a steep curve, was it a blind turn, and so on. And we have this data available to us that we've operationalized and all at scale. So when you can develop a data strategy that allows you to compute your assessments from population size sample statistics, then you are far less dependent on the scale of the particular. What we then are able to do is we have a baseline assumption about risk in your particular area from the day that you join Loop. And what you will see with other carriers, they'll do like a test drive. That's because they're dependent on your telematics to price you. So you have to drive for 2 weeks before they're able to develop an assessment of your risk profile. When you join Loop, we already know. Day one. And what we're able to do is within 30 days of you joining Loop, we can calibrate your risk profile against our initial assessment, give you, by the way, opportunities to improve your driving behavior on the road. Let's explore this. When you're driving, a typical telematics enabled carrier is collecting and giving back to you the amount of times that you sped, hard broke, and all this other stuff, which I believe is ridiculously unuseful. Those are the inputs. Those are not the outputs for a consumer. You don't think in terms of like how many times you sped or hard broke. What you think about is like, man, am I being safe on the road? Or, things that are relevant to your particular, to your circumstance. So what we're able to do as a result of having this very robust data set is not only price you accurately, we're also able to take your driving behavior, contextualize it against the road, and deliver safety insights back to you. So Loop is hardly an insurer. We're a driver's companion tool. We see insurance as a vehicle to deploy empathy at scale. It's not lost on me how cool it is that the CEO of, we just got to Austin, and the CEO of Capital Factory, the biggest startup hub here, I'm on text spaces with, and he hit me up and he said, "Hey John, you want to come have lunch with, or want to come have dinner with Jason Calacanis?" I'm like, "Yeah, that sounds good. Can I bring my team?" I said, "Sure." So now we're about to go do that. But yeah. TomTom. So TomTom, a lot of people think that they're kind of out of the market, but they now develop the on-vehicle navigation for close to 50% of the U.S. market. They do over-index for like commercial vehicles, but still, we use
Got
their
it. We
technology.
thought they're gone, but they're actually embedded now.
They're embedded. However, what we've now developed is they're integrating our crash safety predictive score into their existing product. So now we have a distribution partnership where their customers are able to optimize the fastest route,
Safest
route. Safest is powered by
And,
Loop.
like, who's
Come
gonna-
on, man.
Come on, who's not
Come
gonna
on,
pick?
man.
A lot of people are gonna pick the safest
A lot of
route.
people.
Yeah.
And now what we're fighting for is like we want some like brand real estate on the vehicle nav where it's like, you know, the Loop logo pops or whatever. What if when you're driving we say, hey, you know, you're spending, you know, a lot of time on this road, it's a little dangerous. Here's a time comparable route that is significantly less you know, risk exposed. And I'm using this language, by the way, because we're an insurance crowd. It's going to be a lot simpler and a lot more consumer friendly. And put our, like, that is powerful. Now we're equipping our insureds with the insights to drive safer. Safer roads equals safer communities, and safer communities equals increased loss ratio performance, improved loss ratio performance. It's a perfect loop, hence the name. So there's a loop in our communication with our consumer, but there's also a loop in our community.
¡Oh, míralo ahí! Let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm gonna go.
Township? Nah, it's not called a township. But we need an internal recording system for each department in a way, because that's like, I think, like the initial kind of the more like simple version is like a track.
Right.
But as we continue to grow and you
We're
start
19 people right now.
we're 19 people. As you start to be more and more removed, and then I start to be more and more removed, everyone starts to be more and more removed that's core.
Exactly.
We need to be able to quickly and easily see what work is being done and hasn't been done, and how can we help it get done. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like that little tracker that I made, that's what it does. It solves the problem.
So
of
helpful, bro.
the episode goes in assembly
so
line.
helpful because of the way that it visualizes, because of the
Workflow.
instead of visualizing it horizontally, you made a decision to visualize it vertically, and then the assets are in the rows, so it allows you to see all the episodes coming down the stream and which assets. It's a very helpful. That was, yeah. Others stand for money. So we stand for mobility.
We stand for mobility, we stand for why, we stand for people, we're reverent. I'm just underlining like the key things in these things.
Yep.
Local and data driven. All right, so I get it. This is our values.
Flash persona.
Yeah, exactly. It's a
Boom.
subgroup.
Boom.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But if anybody is searching
Wow,
for
I've
like
never
how to
done
buy
this.
Bitcoin,
I've never ideated
they're
this
our
yet. You
customer.
guys?
No,
Like
this
this?
is fun.
Yeah, this is my
I
first
bet-
time doing this shit. It's fucking amazing.
I
We're
wonder
doing this
how,
shit by
like,
myself. It's much better when you're with someone else.
I want to take notes in a notebook first. on this.
Okay, so now
Yeah, you guys.
I
like
get
doing
you a
it.
notebook.
I know. I have a notebook. I do it. I do it. Look, it's my
John's
notebook.
teaching right now.
Yeah, this is my.
lesson you could possibly get. Just listen.
Nah, he's a substitute. We don't need to take. I don't take no fucking notes.
and I have assigned seats, so you better sit down.
He is a mean teacher.
Yo, he's an assigned student
No
for life.
curves. No
That's it.
curves.
You can never drop that, bro. Yeah, but I fucking like, yeah. Hell yeah, you got an idea. Shift number 2.
Yep. This is when my actual work starts.
This is what everybody.
Yo, check this out real quick. See if that can help us script right below. I think that's like the structure of the hero video.
Structure. Let's build out some language for it. I would love to
Alright,
get
so
into
let's-
production.
Alright, so let's start script. I'll take a first pass at the script right below.
Wow, yo, the Clubhouse thing is so powerful.
Dude,
I really.
can I say a couple more themes? I'm like going through and highlighting. A lot of people with kids, and there's two separate genres. People who feel digitally very confident, like digital extroverts, and digital introverts. People who are like, oh my God, I have to learn the internet now. Like, I don't know, I don't communicate well with people virtually. I don't know how to manage like the Zoom call, be in that space, and then other people who are like, I met more people on the internet than I've ever met in my whole life. Two very different digital experience customers.
Crypto, buying stocks, investment properties, learning a new skill was definitely part of that. There were people that learned videography, learned editing.
Everyone was upwardly not upwardly mobile, what is it? Aspirational.
Aspirational. That's
Every
such a big
single
part.
person, except for me, but I am like a pessimist.
Did you do
Quite.
that on purpose? That was weird.
No,
Not
I just
weird,
think
but
my
that's-
experience has been different than a lot of people's.
Okay,
Like I'm
okay.
actually afraid. And I think
I sense
white
that in you,
people in
yeah.
this space
Weird.
are also very afraid. Not because they're afraid of like black people or afraid of like people that don't look like them, but like they're now living with a greater consciousness of experience and they're like terrified about their insecurity in the world. And that could be men, it can be, but I mean, people of color, it can also be women because like think about all these white neo-Nazis storming the Capitol. You don't think that makes women feel like very physically insecure re-entering society, that those people can do whatever the fuck they want? Like there's a lot of nuance of like, when you get to observe people without intermingling and giving people the benefit of the doubt, like you realize how strong some bias and racism and sexism and misogyny actually is in your society. You're like, oh, I was just flying by this.
Well,
Do you know what I mean?
I don't. I don't empathize. I can't relate to that experience at all, but I'm trying to empathize with it. And I think there's probably a correlation of people who feel afraid and people who watch the news. I think like the news just focused on death and this and that and politics this and
But
because
these
that.
real things happened. Like the fact that a disease happened and killed millions of people and is still not under control, like, happened.
Yeah, I don't know. I agree, but yeah, it's just interesting. Your experience
But
is
it's
valid,
also
and
like
it's just
there were
interesting
very few
how.
white people that commented. It's interesting that like this was black aspiration.
Yeah, people
as
of
a
color
category.
feel empowered, and like I feel like we generally feel. I definitely don't feel afraid by the pandemic. I definitely don't feel afraid to go out into crowds, and I feel like there is a macro shift even of resources and attention placed on the issues that are relevant to our communities. Black Lives Matter was taken seriously. It almost feels like it's our time, kind of vibe, and you can. It's palpitating.
Yeah.
Sean King.
Thank you.